It's now time to announce tonight's rosters. Please turn your Wave athletic trainer is Claudia Curtis. Assistant coach, Marcelo Fontana. Equipment manager, Brian Salas. And coached by Giuliano Olivero. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 Milwaukee Wave.
Big game tonight, boys. Let's go get it, huh? Stars on 3. 1, 2, 3, stars!
Now fans, let's bring out your Tacoma Stars. Forward number 77, Alex Mason. Forward number 12, Dizzy Dan Antonio. Midfielder number 11, Jamel Juice Cox. Midfielder number 9, Derek El Tigre Johnson. Defender number 2, Chase Hansen. Defender number 51, Robert Palmer. Midfielder number 17, Joey the Silent Assassin Jertson. Gentlemen, your 2017 Tacoma Star. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise, kindly remove your hats, and join us in honoring America with the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by the talented Aaron Buck.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Buck.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ShoWare Center in Kent for tonight's game, the MASL opener between the visiting Milwaukee Wave and your Tacoma Stars. My name is Brandon Sparks, joined by John McGlamory here for another season of Tacoma Stars soccer. And John, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited to kick this thing off.
Yeah, me too, Brandon. I'm looking at this Stars team, excited to kind of make amends for last season, how it turned out for them. They missed the playoffs in the last couple games, just went on a bad run of form the last couple games of the season, got edged out of the playoffs by Ontario, but they've made some very interesting roster maneuvers this offseason, picking up 3 former Missouri Comets and adding them to the roster. That would be Ramon Palmer, Robert Palmer, and the big defender, Alain Matingu, who's getting the start tonight for the Stars.
Yeah, the Stars return a pretty good roster. Alex Megson, the leading points getter for the Stars last season, as he is back. Also, Dan Antoniuk. See him a little bit later, but like you said, Matingu getting the start tonight, and along with nice roster players. Again, it's a lot of returners, but those 3 additions are big for them. Raphael Cox gets the start, number 7. Number 10, Ramon Palmer. Number 17, Joey Jerkson. Number 23, Alain Matingu. Of course, the goalkeeper, you can't miss him. Number 24, Danny Waltman, and also on the back line, Troy Peterson. And those are your starters there, facing the Milwaukee Wave, a perennial fantastic team in the MASL, and we are underway for them. Starting number 2, Tenzin Rampa. Number 14, Daniel Matos. Number 16, Drew Ruggles. Number 24, Max Ferdinand. Number 30, Joshua Lemos is in goal. And the big name, number 26, Ian Bennett. 53 goals last season. Stars have some experience against one of these big goal scorers, and they are underway here at the ShoWare Center.
Yeah, quick foul early to start the game too. Raphael Cox with a kind of a jersey pull, and puts Milwaukee on the front foot early here.
So Lemos all the way up. Now dumps it into the corner for Ferdinand. Ferdinand will go back across. And play it back again. Bennett now. He's got Peterson all over him. It goes into the corner, up across the boards, and Waltman gloves that one fairly easily. His first touch of the game.
Yeah, and Troy Peterson just blanketing Ian Bennett to start this game. Peterson had a great season last year. Great defensive season for him, and no doubt that he's going to be on top of Bennett all night long for the Stars on defense.
Waltman gets it up to Antoniuk, who's in the game now. Now over to number 51, Robert Palmer, one of the new faces for the Stars. Really not too many changes generally for the Stars team. That's one of the things Darren Sawatsky has done over the 3.5 years that they've been around here in the MASL, is keep that roster pretty solid, and a lot of not a lot of turnover over the years.
Yeah, and you look at how many of those players come from this area of the country as well.
Yep.
And the talent that's come out of this Tacoma area, it's outstanding, and they've been able to keep them home. And the Stars trying to turn that into some on-the-field success again this year.
Contrast that with Milwaukee, who has players from India, Brazil, Netherlands, Canada, Mexico, South Korea. A little bit different of a roster. So now Milwaukee with it, just kicking it back and forth, and it goes back to Lemos. And he's coming up all the way, sends it into the corner. Renault, one of the Canadians, and he will touch it back out. Now to midfield and back again. Down into the corner for Ricardino. Along that corner, broken up right into the middle. Peterson, lucky to be there. Palmer will send it across. Over to Megson, right back into the middle. Keats play it back. And Palmer finally will get it off his foot and over to Waltman.
Yeah, lucky break for the Stars. Corey Keats, right man in the right spot as that ball went right past Danny Waltman across an open frame, but Corey Keats there to clear the danger.
Now back to Keats. This thing kind of just going between the two teams. See Joseph Kyrell on the field now as well as Matingu. There's Peterson, who I said was Keats earlier, or the opposite way at least. Down into the corner now to Megson. Megson had a little opportunity there for a minute. Matingu runs a bit into the goalkeeper, but kind of drew some contact. Now along the near boards, Lund, one of the newcomers. That shot saved by Waltman as he goes down.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Lund progresses. He's a newcomer to the indoor game, former Sounders player, making the transition into the indoor game, and we'll see how he does. All word from practice is that he's very talented and that coach is very excited to have him on the roster.
Played outdoor soccer last. He played in the Faroe Islands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Shot on, nice save. Had one from distance, did Palmer, and almost got it to go, but job by the Wave to knock it out of there. The ball up and into the stands. One thing you'll notice new here at the ShoWare Center, some of the glass taken out, a little more intimate, exciting atmosphere for the people right down there in front.
Yeah, fan interaction, always the key to the indoor game. You see it with arena football, you see it with indoor soccer now, as let the fans get a little glimpse of the game.
So now Milwaukee taking a look. They're being patient. Renault. Cox gives chase, almost takes it away from him. Renault turns. Now the double team comes over. And it would play it back quickly up to Matingu. I'll get it right. And now he will stop and make a change.
And one thing I like about Matingu is that he brings some size to that back line. He's a big dude.
Deep into the corner. Palmer, the shot, another nice save. It was right into the body of the keeper.
Yeah, Lemos with a great save, a reaction save in the corner. I thought Palmer was going to get it past him, but Lemos right there to make the great save.
So now Matos will play it back to Lemos.
Lemos has his haircut game on point tonight.
You know, I think this season in the indoor game, you're going to see a lot of on-point haircuts.
I think so too.
Now Vega shot, saved by Waltman, goes back out. We played back to Lemos. And over across to the far side. Touches it around, across, broken up. Palmer high up into the air. Yeah, and that's going to be a foul. Can't deny that. He turns.
Drew Ruggles with the foul from my hometown of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
John Snyder, one of the officials down there, makes that call.
Pretty easy call. I don't know what the argument was, but it's the way it goes sometimes. You never want the foul called against you, so.
Ball will be played over to Waltman. He gets some pressure, going to have to send it, and now he's out of his box. Luckily, Keats is there. Knock it away. Palmer will send it up. Antoniuk along the boards will play it back to Keats. Now to Cox. No, excuse me, Kyrell.
The new look, Joseph Kyrell.
Every year, it's a different haircut.
This time got shaved sides and braided back. It looks good. I like it.
Hair game on point, like you were saying. Now across to Lund. Lund will send it up. Antoniuk played back, knocked out of there, over to Palmer. One of the Wave players, very pumped up. Not exactly sure if he was excited for himself or wanted a call. Kyrell. Shot along the boards, broken up into the netting, so will be a Stars restart.
Yeah, and the guy who you said, I couldn't see the number, but he was pretty excited. I think it was number 33. And yeah, he was excited. He went to ground, and I know that one of the points of emphasis this year by the MASL is to get rid of the two-footed tackle, and he's lucky he didn't get called for one there. He went down.
That shot blocked out of there. It got through the wall. So now Waltman will send it up. Matingu over to Joey Jertson. And now backed out. Back over now to Jertson, to Matingu. And back to Jertson. These two teams very patient so far. Both have had a couple of good shots. 7:21 remaining in the first quarter. Chase Hansen sends it up. That's Jertson. Back to Hansen.
Yeah, you can see early on in this game, the whole team's just feeling each other out, trying to get a feel for what type of offense they're going to run and what kind of defense they're going to see. You see the game is going to open up here in the next couple minutes. I guarantee it.
Lemos will send it deep down into the corner. Cox is there. Plays it off of the wall, and Waltman makes the play. He gets banged into, a foul called on the wave. And so Waltman will restart. No score, 6:40 remaining. First quarter of play. Megson runs into Dennison. Dennison just banging bodies with everybody out there. Renault, Dennison will get it back. Shot to sliding players, block that. Hansen plays it off now right into the middle of the field. Oh, and Milwaukee could have taken advantage as every star ran off the field all of a sudden. They had nobody in front of them. They didn't recognize it. Now play it back to midfield. Oh, slips the defender there, and they're going to call a foul. Matingu picks up the foul.
And that is how you lobby for a call right there, Brandon.
Lemos, play it up. That ball popped up into the air. Antoniuk is there off of his head, plays it down, and bangs it against the wall. Keats on the run, and he ends up coughing it up. Vega will play it back. Back to Lemos and over across. Takes a look. 5:33. Hasn't been.
Oh, he's going to
Now
shoot.
Lemos comes up. He's going to have a shot. I think you're right. Nope, lays it off. But he's still up there in the box. Plays it over. And now back. Lemos trying to get back into his box. Stops and picks it back up. Get back into position at least.
I'm surprised he didn't shoot. He had 15 yards of space in front of him.
You don't get that many opportunities. Might as well take one there. Now into the box for Bennett. Played back. Two Stars defenders converge. Peterson gets it out of there. Palmer has it knocked away.
And he had Lund streaking towards the goal. And look at Lund come back and win that.
Whew, he put a lick on Ruggles. I'm surprised they did not call that. Lund lets it go now. Palmer. Broken up. Comes all the way back for Hansen. Now near midfield. Plays it across. Matingu. Back to Hansen. And we'll go back to Waltman. Matingu has it broken up. Now Matingu gets it back off, shields the man, has a little bit of a run, gets a push, finally takes the shot. Lemos with the save. It's loose right in the middle. And it's going to be knocked out of there. The wave will counter down into the corner. Waltman will clear it up. That's going to, no, I thought it was going to hit the scoreboard for a moment there. Didn't quite get that far. Renault into the corner. Dennison across, broken up by Lund. Lund will play it up to Antoniuk. Antoniuk gets wiped out. Rampa with the foul call. And that should bring us to a, no, they're going to go ahead and start it up again. I thought maybe we'd get a timeout. 3:26 remaining here in the first quarter. Haven't had a stoppage yet.
Yeah, you can see he came in from behind, and I thought he was going to get called for a blow to the head. It was pretty close, but definitely clipped him in the back of the leg and knocked him down. And he wasn't too happy with the call, but I thought it was the right call there.
Now back, and once again across. They'll play it back again. Lemos sends it deep. Keats is there to break it up. A lot of physical play so far.
Physical, but for the most part clean. So
yeah, for the most part.
Good to see.
Peterson, that ball right into the middle.
Man.
Waltman in trouble, has to get rid of it. Pops it up. Now down in the corner, Peterson. Antoniuk. Played off the wall. Antoniuk can't quite run onto it, and it'll be played all the way back to Lemos. Lemos once again bringing it all the way to midfield. Dumps it deep for Bennett, off of the head and right into the hands of Waltman. He just didn't get much on that. Minute 55 remaining, 0-0. First quarter of play here at the ShoWare Center. Played across now into space. Palmer has a pretty good look. He's already shown he'll shoot from long distance. He does. Knocked away. That's Johnson, Derek Johnson, El Tigre. Getting into it with a little bit with Ruggles. Lemos sends it right into the head of Johnson. Johnson plays it. Kyrell with some space, plays it across. Goal! Joseph Kyrell gets the Stars on the board for their first goal of the season.
And Lemos has made some great saves tonight to keep the Stars off the board. Nothing he could do about this one. Johnson wins the ball, plays it back to himself off the wall, finds Kyrell, and sticks it home past Lemos for the 1-0 lead. Just buries it right into the lower left corner. Lemos looks like he got a hand to it, but couldn't knock it free. And Joseph, the Jet Kyrell, puts the Stars on the board 1-0.
Joseph Kyrell, a dangerous player. He shows it right there. He got some room to work, took that shot, put it in the perfect position, and now we have a little bit of a timeout after that goal. A minute 23 remaining in the first quarter, 1-0 Stars. We'll take a short timeout as well. Back in just a moment.
As we present our Tacoma Stars Military Member of the Match, presented by BECU. Fans, please welcome Sergeant Willard. Sergeant Willard enlisted in the Marine Corps in 2004 and served as a machine. New Orleans.
So Wave will restart after the timeout. 1-0 Stars. Joseph Kyrell with the beautiful goal as they score the first goal of the season. Now down into the corner. The Wave trying to respond. Palmer will play it over across. Jertson right across to Lund. Lund knocks down the man. Trying to get control of it, and it'll be knocked out of there. That was a good opportunity again. Lund doesn't look like much of a physical threat, but he has been physical so far in this game and winning everything.
Oh, he's learned how to do that on the mean streets of Europe, Brandon. Playing.
I thought you were going to say the Faroe Islands.
Wow. We're not going to talk about the Faroe Islands.
So another foul on delay of game warning against the Wave after the foul. Just 36 seconds remaining. Palmer will play it back to Waltman. Waltman will send it up into the middle. Lund again, right in there, knocks it away, plays it back to Keats, and we'll play it all the way back to Waltman now. Waltman up to Cox, Jamail. 10 seconds remaining. See if the Stars can get a shot before the end of the period. Up to Antoniuk. Antoniuk looking for something. 3 seconds remaining. Back to Antoniuk, and that'll do it. That'll run out the time here on the first quarter of play at the ShoWare Center. Joseph Kyrell with the goal, and the Tacoma Stars lead 1-0. Take a short time out during this break. Be back in a moment. More Stars soccer. So 1-0 Tacoma Stars with the lead over the Milwaukee Wave after the first quarter of play. And Joseph Kyrell, a bullet into the corner, scored that goal. And a nice way to start for the Stars. Expect a little bit more scoring. Ian Bennett, I don't think, has had a shot yet today. And, I'm sure that the Wave will get him involved. Now for the call of the second quarter, John McGlamory.
Thank you, Brandon. Tacoma with the opening possession of the half, and they give the ball right away. Guillermo Viega, but he gives it away to Matingu. Matingu with a shot. Oh, he passes it over to Palmer, and he scores! Ramon Palmer with his first goal of the season and his first goal as a Tacoma Star. That ball by Matingu just went across the face of goal right to Palmer, right into the back of the net.
Yeah, he just threaded the needle in there. There were 3 defenders, and there was only like a little bit of a window that he could get that ball in. Let's take a look here on the replay. Oh, just right past the man and in. Palmer in the perfect position to score that. Matos was the man that was right there and just barely missed it. And Palmer, right place, right time.
Yeah, I don't think he knew it was going to come to him, and he just kind of put it right in the back of the empty net. Nothing that Ruggles could do, the defender. And a dream start to the second quarter for the Stars. They double their lead, find themselves up 2-0. 14 seconds into the second quarter. So Milwaukee, in their highly fluorescent jerseys, get the start, and they give it right away. Derek Johnson in the corner, double team, tries to win it back and doesn't. Into the corner now for Renault. Renault back up top to Rampa. Rampa over to Grable. Grable finds Liete. Looking for an opening, can't find one. And the Stars come away on defense. And we're going to have a foul here. Boy, it looked to me like Robert Palmer was going to have a breakaway, and he got tripped up by Liete. No card given. Look at this right here. He gets past him.
He does get tripped up.
Yeah, he put an arm out.
Sold it.
He sold it well, but luckily,
it's definitely a foul. It's definitely a foul.
Yeah, lucky there's no card, but definitely a foul. Long shot coming in. Nobody there for the Stars. Antoniuk bodies up, turns the corner, looks for Kyrell, can't find him. Kyrell puts a leg into Liete, and Milwaukee on the advantage, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a free kick for the Stars. The benefit of no glass coming into play as Milwaukee look to have a breakaway, and they kick the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how. It's always kind of interesting to see how the Stars in particular, I'm sure other teams go through this as well, but they play on a much, they practice on a much smaller field at the soccer center. They try to make it, similar in any way they can to what they'll face here at the Showwear Center, but you just can't plan for it when you play on such a smaller field.
No, but I love it. I think it's a great new aspect to the field this year, and so far worked out to their advantage.
I'll see what we can do about maybe doing the broadcast from the front row.
Ooh, that would be fun. I'll get my face mask on. Matingo now with it. Over to Waltman. Waltman plays it deep into the corner for Makeson. Makeson botting up on Rampa. Finds Matingu. Matingu fakes the shot. Back over to Makeson. Makeson up. 3 men on him over to Matingu. Now he finds Peterson in the corner. Makeson on the other side of the field now. Plays it off the boards to Peterson. Peterson gets it back to Matingu. And Tacoma's going to reset. Good defense being played by both teams tonight. The ball's forced all the way back to Waltman. Tacoma's going to reset. Robert Palmer comes in for Matingu. Now Jertson has it at the top of the circle. Robert Palmer plays it short, broken up by Ruggles, but doesn't get enough of it. And now Derek Johnson with a breakaway, but Ruggles gets back on defense. Great job by Drew Ruggles. but Tacoma's still on the ball. Robert Palmer. Shot into the box, broken up. It looked like Palmer himself broke it up. We've got a stoppage of play as the ball's kicked out of bounds, and Tacoma's going to get a restart at the top of the circle. I think that this taking the glass away is going to be very interesting this year. Peterson overlaps. The shot comes in, and Jertson puts it in the back, and he scores. Joey Jertson makes it 3-0 Tacoma off the restart.
Yeah, and that was just a restart, a set play, a couple different options they could go to if they wanted to, and it was Cox who laid it off, just touched it barely to Jertson after, here you go, here's the replay.
Yeah, just too much of an opening in the wall. And Milwaukee's going to really need to shore that up because they almost scored on the first restart they had.
Yeah, yep.
And just too much opening there for Jertson to slot it back home into the back of the net, and he did exactly that. 3-0 Stars. Outstanding start to the season so far. But here comes Milwaukee. Lemos again. This time Lemos takes a shot right into the breadbasket of Waltman, and now the break is on. And Cox with the shot across goal mouth, unable to get it into the net. Nobody was there as Lemos was all the way down on the other end of the field.
Yeah, Cox had a whole step in front of Lemos, but just couldn't quite get that shot on point.
And now the shot goes wide. The shot by Wiedebach. Milwaukee maintains possession here. The ball goes back to Lemos. Lemos plays it up forward. Kicks it over to Daniel Matos. Back to Lemos. Lemos plays it long, headed in. The shot. Danny Waltman came out of his box and with the body save. But now we're going to have a foul called on Waltman.
I think it's going to be on Palmer.
Okay, so Palmer got it. It looked like Waltman might have touched him on his way back in.
And I think it's Palmer right here.
Okay, yeah, it's Palmer. Very close to the box, but just outside. So dangerous restart. Fernandinho now, or Ferdinand, excuse me, Max Ferdinand. I think Fernandinho plays in China. That's Max Ferdinand. But they're going to talk it over. We're going to take a quick timeout here. You're watching Tacoma Stars Soccer. We'll be right back. Well, I hope they got. Oh, I hope they've got those big. All right, we're back to the ShoWare Center, the Accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington, and a restart coming up for Milwaukee. Now they put Marcio Liete on the ball. He's going to get the start. Big wall set up by the Stars. And the pass goes behind Ian Bennett, and the Stars on the breakaway now. Cross the field pass. Palmer with a shot just high. Just a terrible play coming out of the timeout by Milwaukee. And the Stars almost turned it into another goal, but Milwaukee dodging a bullet, and they maintain possession here.
Yeah, the
sorry,
I was
go
going to
ahead.
say the Wave don't seem to. Just not on the same wavelength right now. Pardon the expression.
Yeah. Lemos now with it. Plays it over to Bennett. Bennett with the ball. 53 goals last year, 0 tonight. And that ball's blocked and goes out of play. Restart coming up for the Wave. Matingu comes in for Tacoma. Matingu out of Paris, France. A big addition, no pun intended, for the Stars. Now Ferdinand with the breakout. Shot was blocked by Corey Keats. But Milwaukee maintains possession. Daniel Matos and Ferdinand. Back to Matos. The shot deflected. Could have been dangerous. And it falls to Bennett in the corner. He's triple teamed, and the Stars come away with it. It's our first, or that's Philip Lund there. And he gets spun around to the ground, and the foul is going to be called.
Again.
And the restart now. Matingu over to Keats. Keats has it. Just taking his time there. Little bit of token pressure by Ferdinand. Now Renault with some high pressure on the ball now, running back and forth. Stars clear it. Matingo plays it deep. Plays a long shot. Forces a save out of Lemos. No problem there for him. And now Viega and Lemos has it. Lemos now in the corner to Renault. Robert Renault out of Laval, Quebec, Canada. Trying to find an opening. Gets Ferdinand. A shot by Renault is saved by Waltman. Sliding leg stop by Danny Waltman. Doesn't look like he's lost a step from last year. And now the big Dutchman, Hans Dennison, with the ball, pushing Lemos forward. He wants Lemos to go play forward right now. And once again, nobody in goal for Milwaukee, but they get out of the danger zone with pressure by the Stars. Now Liete with the shot, just wide. Wallman couldn't get to it, but luckily it went just wide off the glass. Just extended pressure by Milwaukee right now. Liete once again curls it back to middle, shoots it high over the glass into the netting. It's going to be a restart for Tacoma, and full roster change coming up for both teams.
It's interesting how Lemos, they want Lemos to go up there and do that, but he does not look comfortable in any way taking a shot or being up in front of one of his the last line of defense.
Well, no, and I think it's due to the speed that Tacoma has on the front lines. Oh, great move. And he lays it off, and it's blocked. Oh, what a block.
It looked like Peterson, yeah. It was
that was Troy Peterson. I thought it was Waltman, but it was Peterson on the ground in front of the goal. That should have been a goal for Milwaukee, and Peterson with a great save. That was Guilherme Viega with an outstanding move. He took two guys to the ground with one juke move. And now Lemos gives it away, but nobody up front for the Stars. Here comes McCluskey, or Lund, excuse me. Lund gets it back. Lund lays it off for Peterson. Peterson finds Palmer. Palmer with the shot. Just goes wide. Over to Robert Palmer, and the shot right into the legs of Lemos. Now the breakout's good for Ferdinand. Ferdinand coming up strong. Couple step overs. Ferdinand makes Waltman miss the shot. It's blocked out of the way by Robert Palmer. And Tacoma once again dodging another bullet. Good help back defense by the Stars in this second quarter.
Matingu, Palmer, Ramon, and Robert have really made a big impact on this game early. The newcomers looking good.
The shot just high by Jertson. And there's something to be said about bringing new guys in, but when you bring in 3 new guys from the same team that have played together, it can't hurt your offense and your defense.
Yeah, these are guys that are, they're experienced indoor players, having played for the Kansas City Comets for the last couple of years. And although now the Stars roster is fairly experienced, most of the Stars roster is local. Ooh.
Oh! Jameel Cox just off the sideboard of the goal mouth. And now a breakout. And good recovery by Jameel Cox as he stops the break. He's going to get called. Oh, boy, he's going to get a blue card for that. I think they're going to get him for a boarding call. Very close. Good defense by Jameel Cox. But it was the second effort.
Yeah, to finish my thought, most of the Stars roster is local guys who haven't played, before the Stars went up to the MASL, hadn't played professionally. And you kind of get some new blood. Antoniuk really provided that when he came. Megson as well. And now you got 3 new guys who've been around the league for a little bit, played, in the Midwest for a good team, and saw some of the better teams like Milwaukee, and providing something now.
Yeah, absolutely. Blue card there on the play by Jameel Cox. So power play coming up for the Wave. It's Liete, it's Matos, it's Ferdinand, it's Bennett, and it's Renault. Renault with the flying scissor kick. Doesn't clear the zone, and it's back to Matos. Matos to Bennett. Back to Matos over to Liete. Good compact 4 by the Stars. Nothing doing inside. It's just Matos and Liete playing keep away. The 2 Brazilians finding the Canadian Bennett. Bennett with a shot high up over the glass into the netting. Restart coming up for Tacoma. 4:38 to go here in the quarter. 3-0 Stars. 2 goals here in the period for Tacoma. Waltman, he's going to waste that time as much as he can. Finds an outlet. Raphael Cox with it. Pressured high on the ball. Gets it to Matingu. Oh, make that Robert Palmer in the corner. So Milwaukee with the ball now. Liete over to Matos again. Bennett in the corner. Just no angles for them to shoot from right now. Good defense by Tacoma. 1 minute remaining on the penalty. Ferdinand tried to feed Renault, couldn't find it, but he does find Matos. And the first goal of the game for Milwaukee goes to number 14, Daniel Matos. Assist to Robert Renault.
You were talking about no angles. Well, there you go. We got one right there as 2 men collapsed and just found a man wide open right in front of the goal. Just barely touched it in and beat Waltman for the first goal of the season.
Yeah, successful power play for the Wave as they cut into that deficit that they faced here. It's 3-1 now, 3:58 to go in the second quarter. Dan Antoniuk now get the action back going here for the Stars. Chase Hansen making his first appearance tonight. On defense for Tacoma, gets it over to Waltman. Waltman looks for Antoniuk in the corner, can't corral the ball. And Viega tries to clear it, can't do it. Derek Johnson heads it back in. Matingu now heads it back in, and Jertson wide open. Jertson with a shot, not good, but the follow-up by Derek Johnson, and Tacoma gets the goal right back. Derek Johnson.
Yeah, smart play right there. 3 Stars converged on that loose ball right in the middle, and it looked like Jertson may take it. but it was Derek Johnson. He decided to leave it for Johnson, who was running straight up the middle and had a nice, clear, strong shot and buried it. 4-1 Stars.
And I couldn't tell if the Milwaukee players were looking for a breakout, but they weren't there because Jurtson plays it back.
Yeah, you just see it. You just saw it come into the middle, and nobody really reacted. It was Antoniuk, Johnson, and Jurtson all converging on it, and Jurtson and Antoniuk let it go and let Johnson have the shot, and he buried it.
And that is how you respond to a power play goal, is you score one within 30 seconds of the restart. Great job by Tacoma. Once again, find themselves up by 3 goals. 4-1 is the score. 3:10 remaining here in the second period.
By the way, I think that was our first Wallace Scora of the season.
I believe it was too. So now Lemos back at the center line. Just kind of looking for somebody to do something, and he's going to get caught out of position again if he's not careful. Great job by Matingo to break out of there. Finds Cox, who gets bodied off the ball by Wiedebach. And now the break is on, and Waltman able to play it off the boards, get it into his hands, and stop the threat. Plays it out to Keats. Keats with it. Over to Robert Palmer. Robert Palmer back to Keats, who just kind of side-footed it and lost it in the middle, but good job up front there by Philip Lund to win it back. And Lund plays it over to Palmer, who shoots it towards Lemos. More of a pass than a shot, but nevertheless into Lemos's hands, who played it out. But Milwaukee gives it right back.
Yeah, after the shot, he pointed to Megson. My bad. That's not where he wanted to put it, I don't think.
So there's Robert Renault. The goal scorer, Matos, with the ball. Over to Renault. Renault, or that was actually Dennison. Dennison with it now, looking for somebody to come open, and he finds it to Liete, who plays it off the boards, but nobody there except for the Stars. And the save made. Raphael Cox with the breakaway. Lemos standing tall with the huge save to keep Milwaukee within 3.
Cox just shot out of there. He put on the Jets and got in front and had an opportunity. But Lemos, stood tall and really just gave nowhere for Raphael to put it.
Yeah, and the happiest man on the field right now is Marcio Liete, who just had a lazy pass off the boards, and Raphael Cox just outran the defense with a chance to put it away, but couldn't get it past Lemos. So Milwaukee on the front foot again. 24 seconds remaining in the half. Liete gets past Peterson with the shot and the score. That was a one-man effort by Marcio Liete. Gets past Peterson and just puts it right past Danny Waltman. And now he's pregnant. Wow, just a crazy angle on the goal and gets it past Waltman.
Yeah, that's just fantastic play. A fantastic shot, and here you'll see the. Oh, well, you didn't get the celebration.
Yeah, they cut it off
replay.
before he has his baby. So the Stars with the restart. 15 seconds remaining in the half. Hansen over to Matingu. Matingu, long pass. Oh, and it forces a save. Oh, and another outstanding save by Lemos. Dan Antoniuk with the header off of the forced save on the long ball in by Matingu. I don't know how he saved that header.
Yeah, that was fantastic play by Lemos, but just Matingu making life hard for everybody so far. Shot right into the wall.
Yep, shot into the wall, and that's going to do it for the first half of action. Pretty slow first quarter. Things livened up in the second. And the Stars are going to take a 4-2 lead into the locker room. We'll be back after halftime here on MASL TV. You're watching Tacoma Stars Soccer. We'll be back after these messages.
Compliant in their life. All right, here comes a clown, a cowboy. Something scary, something pretty. Oh my goodness, what is coming my way? All right, let's line them up, let's line them up. Excuse me, ma'am, please control your giraffes. This is not a safe environment for giraffes to roam free. Okay, let's line up. I need the scariest right here. Comical. Just got word in. And what are you?
I'm Elliot.
He's Elliot, and he's got handlebars. He's rolling ET in here. And what are you?
I'm a mermaid.
You are a mermaid. Excellent. What are you? For your star.
with their tech.
Welcome back to the ShoWare Center. Second half of play coming up in just a moment. The Tacoma Stars have a 4-2 lead on the Milwaukee Wave. Tacoma had a 3-0 lead, but Milwaukee has chipped into it after that in that second quarter, which featured 5 goals between the two teams. Definitely a well-played and exciting quarter. And John, you know this Milwaukee Wave team is not going to be held down, as you got Bennett, who has yet to really, I don't know, he might have 1 shot so far. I'd have to take a look at these stats, but
yeah, it's
nothing much from him, and Ferdinand really hasn't had a whole lot either.
No, really quiet night for the 2 men up top for the Wave. That's a credit to the defense that the Stars are playing. As you look at the Stars' goals that they've given up, they gave up a power play goal, which is understandable, and then an outstanding individual effort by Marcio Liete. Just beat Troy Peterson into the corner and put it right past Waltman. Other than that, not much else. Waltman hasn't had to make too many saves tonight. On the other hand, Joshua Lemos has had to make lots of saves, and he has single-handedly kept Milwaukee close in this ballgame.
Yeah, first goal was scored by Joseph Kyrell and Ramon Palmer in the second quarter. Joey Jertson put them up 3-0. Daniel Matos with the power play goal for the Wave. Now sends it deep into the corner. That is Matos. Cox gets it across. Now up, shot off of the boards. Palmer with the shot well to the right side. Now Ferdinand across. Bennett beats Waltman. Waltman got a hand on it, but it just dribbled in. And there you go, Max Ferdinand to Ian Bennett, and it's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, and right on cue, Brandon, you said, hey, Ferdinand and Bennett haven't done anything in the half. And there they go, 39 seconds in, or 49 seconds in, excuse me, and they go and do something. Beautiful crossfield pass by Max Ferdinand. Bennett, nothing he could do but put it in the back of the net. Good individual effort by Waltman to get a hand on it, but boy, goal scorers score goals, and that's what Bennett just did there. 4-3. This game just got a little tighter.
Rounding out the scoring in that first half, it was Derek Johnson, a wall of scorer after Joey Jertson fired it off the boards, and then Marcio Liete with the goal near the end of the half. And a foul going to be called on the Wave, but here we are, 4-3, 14:02 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, Guilherme Vega with the foul. Committed the foul. Now another foul is going to be called in the corner as Liete and Grable kind of took it to Keats down there in the corner.
It's a really open first, especially the first quarter. We had stretches of 4 or 5 minutes almost of straight play without any fouls called. Now, early in the going here in the third quarter, maybe calling it a little tighter. They definitely could have called it a little tighter in that first half. It was a pretty physical game. Now plays it across. Milwaukee looking to tie this game up. They'll play it across. And back to Lemos. Ruggles loses possession. Back, and Keats got a foot on it. Tried to leave it for Cox.
And it looks like Cox just got held up just enough to get him off the ball and away from that pass by Keats. Otherwise, that could have been a good 1-2 there.
Joseph Kyrell with the goal tonight sends it into the corner. Of course, nicknamed the Jet. He's got tons of speed. And he's going to go ahead and commit that foul down in the corner. So it will be a Wave restart.
Yeah, Joseph Kyrell, probably the fastest guy that we've seen live here at the ShoWare Center, as he outruns pretty much everybody on the field every time.
Oh boy, Lemos goes down. He almost got caught there. Does get it away.
And Lemos just looks a little uncomfortable out there tonight. He's made a lot of good saves, but not too comfortable outside the box.
You can tell it's a style that they play. They like to bring him up, but he does not. You're right. He has not looked real comfortable doing it tonight. Now back to Ruggles. Ruggles will walk it across. Vega now back. Sends it deep into the corner. Over the head. Cleared out of there by Batingu. Lund gets taken down. He'll draw the foul. Wiedebach doesn't like it.
Came in over the top. Pretty clear-cut foul there.
Wiedebach, your lone player on the Milwaukee Wave squad from Wisconsin. Yeah?
From Neenah, Wisconsin.
Oh, no, excuse me. Two of them. There are two of them. That's Stuart Grable from Neenah.
Oh, my fault.
Wiedebach is from Mequon. My apologies if we slaughtered those town names in Wisconsin. We have some in here in Washington that you can't say either. Bennett shot right into the heart of Danny Waltman.
And right there, I wish you hadn't said anything going into the half, as Ferdinand and Bennett almost put another one in the back of the net.
Well, I am known to jinx people. Right across into the middle. Broken up. Ferdinand has it taken away. Matingu fires it off of Ruggles. Continues to fight for the ball. That ball jumped up and got Bennett on the hand, it looks like.
Yeah, he kind of reached his arm around, and the ball
just happened to be there.
Yep.
Megson now will restart. Plays it over. Shot wide by Jertson. Matingu down in the corner, fighting with Ruggles. Ruggles brings down Matingu. Yep, that's definitely going to be.
Oh, they called the foul on Matingu.
Yeah. So foul called on Matingu. It'll go the other way. Wave
We'll take a look at this. Yeah, he got Ruggles in the face. That's probably a good call by the official there. Nothing malicious, just kind of, the pace of play there.
Now a shot across the box, just a little wide. Go all the way back to Lemos. Now up to midfield. Directing some traffic, plays it across. Now back to Ruggles, right in the midfield. They'll get it back again. 10:27 remaining. Third quarter of play, 4-3 Stars. Off of the head into the middle, makes in, into dangerous territory there. Palmer stops Renault for a moment. Off of the boards, shot one more time. Waltman with the foot save. And a foul going to be called on Renault.
Yeah, Renault was lining up the scissor kick there, and Jamel Cox went for the ball, and the scissor kick got Jamel. So good call by the officials there. Another good save by Waltman, though.
Another turnover, bad territory. Liete cross, goal. Renault ties this game up 4-4, and that was a bad giveaway. Ended up being a 3-on-1. We're tied up. Stars and Wave 4-4.
Yeah, just not good thinking there by the Stars defense as they give up an easy one. And that's 2 goals there on very good passing by Milwaukee. You can see why they have been so good the last few years. Good skills on the ball, and we are tied at 4 apiece with 10 minutes to go here in the third.
So now Waltman, Stars trying to answer. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of play in the second half, and they're tied up. Matingu be taken away by the Wave. Bennett right into midfield. Kyrell plays it back all the way to Waltman. Matingu back to Waltman. We'll take a look up. He's got Kyrell out there. Sends it deep into the corner. Palmer almost comes up with it, but pops it into the air. Matingu and Bennett fighting for it. Will come down to Hansen. Now to Kyrell, has a shot. Oh, just a bit wide. Once again, he found himself with the open look. That time couldn't quite get it. Put it in the same place as his first shot.
Boy, and his shot power looks like it's increased dramatically from last year. That was a rocket. Just missed off the sideboards.
Now another shot for the Wave. Comes out. That ball jumps off of the boards and up into the glass. Or actually into the net, excuse me. So Stars will have the restart. Hansen, Chase Hansen. Another local, Federal Way, Washington. Down into the corner for Antoniuk. And he'll play it back to Hansen. Stars, I feel like I'll have to take a look at the minutes at some point, but I feel like they're really giving very even minutes to a lot of players tonight.
Absolutely. I've noticed the same thing.
They're running at least 3 lines. Now down to Antoniuk. Shot. Save. Palmer tries to send it back in there, but he misses. Keats will play it across to Waltman. I mean, you're seeing Matingu and both the Palmers out there quite a bit, but everybody else is mixing it up.
Yeah, but you haven't really seen much of Antoniuk tonight, though. I was expecting to see a little bit more of him in that forward position. That should be a foul right there, and it is.
It is, yep. Ruggles knocks down Keats. Looked like Snyder, our head official, was reaching for his pocket for a moment.
Not much there, but enough to get him off balance and knock him down.
Had one blue card, 1 power play. Milwaukee finished that off. This one not going to be the penalty. The free kick coming up. Jertson, and they run up and take the timeout. That's a Tacoma Stars special right there. We do that quite often. 4-4 Stars and Wave tied up. 7:38 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll take a short break. You're watching Tacoma Stars soccer. So now Tacoma with the free kick. Johnson runs up to it. Peterson will play it across. Shot off of the mark. Just wide. Palmer fighting for it down in the corner. Continues to fight for it. It just will not get out of there. And finally a foul called against Tacoma. Milwaukee will restart quickly. Plays it back to Lemos.
Yeah, it didn't see much of a foul there. Foul was called on Ramon Palmer, but boy, I didn't see much of anything. And now another foul. This time it's on Matingu, and he better be careful here.
Vega down, holding his face after he got. Ooh. Yeah, I'll give him that one. Tingu got a good piece of him for sure. And like you said, I think he's a little lucky. Lucky to not have that be a little bit more. So 4-4 Stars and Wave. 2 goals here in the third quarter of play for Milwaukee. Into the corner. Niete plays it back across. Shot. Ooh, Ferdinand just got a little back heel on that. Gave it some English. Waltman saw it, read it, and took it.
Boy, that was cheeky, Brandon.
Yeah, that was cheeky. I'll give you that. Matingu now up the far boards. Antoniuk wanted it on his feet, but Matingu played it all the way along the boards and back to Lemos. Nice throw into midfield. Going to be broken up, though, and now Palmer will have a run. He's got Antoniuk running on the other side, broken up, though, and it rolls to Lemos. He's going to dump it deep. Ruggles plays it across. Shot wide, a header down and in. Milwaukee takes a 5-4 lead. Ricardinho with the goal.
And just a smart play there by Ruggles. That's going to be a do-it-yourself wall of scorer there by Ricardinho. Knocks it off the boards to himself, heads it into the empty net. And Milwaukee comes from 3 goals down, takes the lead 5-4.
Tacoma took a 3-0 lead. Then they traded goals. It was 4-1. Now 3 straight for Milwaukee. And they take that lead 5-4. They've really tightened things up and are really starting to get good looks on good angles all over the place. Now Kyrell with the speed, the jet, goes down into the corner. Replayed back out.
You got to give Lemos a lot of credit on that last goal, too, recognizing that nobody was on Ruggles, getting the outlet pass out to him perfectly, and Lemos led the way for Ricardinho.
Cox. Foul going to be called on Milwaukee before that could be broken up. Cox and Lemos having a discussion. It's played across, shot by Matingu. Lemos was still talking to Cox after they restart, before they restarted that, or after they restarted it. Luckily got back into the position. Now a little bit of a break. Renault shot across.
Ooh.
Bennett was almost there but couldn't do anything with it. Now Kyrell. Kyrell will have it taken away. Gets it back and will play it to Waltman. Waltman up. Man running onto it. Header. And broken up. That was Palmer coming on. Had some room to run. That ball is going to be cleared and out. The empty glass there.
And that was Guillermo Vega with an outstanding defensive play. Good recovery to get back and stop what could have been a breakout for the Stars.
Now Peterson has some room, takes the shot off of the glass. He'll get it back. Peterson, another shot, broken up, blocked. Matos. Plays it over to Ferdinand. Ferdinand takes a look. Ooh. Broken up though.
Yeah, I'm noticing like Milwaukee almost plays like in basketball, they run a three-man weave, and it's like that's what Milwaukee's doing right now. But their three forwards just passing the ball back and forth and finding good angles towards the goal, and it's been very successful here in the third quarter for them.
Now Lemos send it deep into the corner. Ferdinand. He's got Peterson all over him. Dangerous ball right into the middle, but nobody was there for the wave. Ferdinand will get it back. Peterson broke it up. Now Ricardinho. Fighting with Palmer. Palmer is, gonna get a hand up into the upper body of Ricardinho. Ricardinho goes down. Ricardinho reaches up to get a hand up, and then a yellow card.
Let's see the replay here.
I believe they're going to give. Sure. That was Palmer that gets the
Robert Palmer
yellow.
that got the yellow, though. Ramon Palmer with the foul and Robert Palmer with the yellow card. So interesting turn of events there.
A shot off the restart, blocked. Cox has some room, puts on the speed, dumps it to Lund. Lund, Lemos, another foot save and a beauty. Comes out to break that up. Now they're going to quickly restart. They're allowing a lot of really quick restarts. Shot high.
Just high.
Perfect position, but just a little bit high for Matingu. I don't really recall them allowing them to start this quickly last season as often.
Yeah, but Tacoma's taken full advantage of that tonight. That's not the first time they've done that.
Into the corner. Bennett gets a little bit of a bump, and then Cox takes it away. Nothing malicious or anything there. Just surprised to see Bennett moved off so easily. Oh, and now a turnover. Bennett, the save by Waltman. Terrible position.
That's a two-footed tackle right there. That needs to be a card, and it is.
Yep, blue card issued to Milwaukee.
It's the follow-through that gets him, and that's going to be a foul every time, and a blue card coming up against number 7. Actually, number 25, excuse me, Andrew Wiedebach. He's still pleading his case, but to no available. It's going to be a power play coming up for Tacoma. I think he tried to keep that trail leg behind him, but I think he just got enough of Cox to draw the blue card.
You can kind of understand his frustration with that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a close one. Now power play for Tacoma. You've got Keats, Raphael Cox, Jertson, and Antoniuk out there for the Stars.
Boy, Milwaukee doing Milwaukee with a lot of on-the-ball pressure here. A little different style than Tacoma's penalty kill.
Now Keats at the top. Plays it over to Jertson. Jertson back across and had to run onto that. Cox. Now Jertson at the top. Plays it into the middle, broken up pretty easily. And a whole big head of steam. That's Bennett down into the corner. Keats and Cox come back. Now Keats will come up with it. Bennett then comes over and knocks him down, takes him down. Got a hand up on the shoulder and pulled him down.
Yeah, common foul here. Yeah, probably the right call. Keats wanted more, but I didn't see much more there. Common foul given, though.
Now Jertson over to Cox. Keats. Jertson again down to Antoniuk. Play it back over to Keats. Keats across to Cox. Cox. One man goes down. The shot by Jertson broken up right into the middle. Bennett can't clear it. Goes back to Keats. Minute 42 remaining in the quarter. Jertson shot broken up. It was a good man was right in the a good shot, but the man was right there in the right place.
Yeah, Lemos was beaten, but a good job by the defender to block it with the foot.
Keats now back to Jertson. Jertson, another shot, but broken up. 7 seconds left on the penalty. Tacoma struggled on the power play last season. It was one of the bigger problems for them. Not going to get their first power play goal here as the penalty ends and a foul to Joey Jertson. And Milwaukee will have the restart.
Yeah, Stuart Grable holding his ground, able to draw the foul.
So minute 5 remaining here in the third quarter. 5-4, Milwaukee with the lead. They've scored all 3 goals of this third period of play. And they just killed a power play.
Last foul on Stars number 17, that's Joey Jertson.
It was Jertson with the foul moments ago. Milwaukee being patient. 47 seconds left. Lemos. Not really sending anybody forward either. We do have Renault down in front of goal. We're standing next to Waltman. They're kind of lining it up so they get one shot here towards the end. Renault. He'll play it back.
I was going to say, that's the first time I've seen Robert Renault not moving. Is when he's posted up in front of Waltman.
Now right into the middle, runs onto a shot high. Pulls it down, 2 seconds remaining in the quarter. Doesn't look like he'll get a shot off. Nope, does not, and that will do it for the third quarter of play. Milwaukee with 3 goals, and they take a 5-4 lead. We'll be back in a moment with the fourth quarter. You're watching Tacoma Star Soccer. Welcome back to the ShoWare Center. 5-4, Milwaukee with the lead. 3 goals in that third period of play. And then they got in the act, cleaning up the mini balls during the break. Now for the call of the fourth quarter, here's John.
Thank you, Brandon. As the game day staff still trying to set up the goal where they just drove a minivan through and back out again. We're underway here in the fourth quarter. Tacoma with the ball. Black Sabbath in the background, and Alex Megson with the chested ball down, and Matingu controls it now back to Waltman. Waltman skies it up, just misses the video board. Foul called against Rampa on Alex Megson. Megson drawing the foul there. Megson now takes the pass from Peterson. Slick moves by Joseph Kyrell, gets it back to Peterson. Over to Lund. Lund stays on his feet after a big challenge by Ruggles. Those two have been going at it tonight. And Tacoma maintains possession. The ball goes back to Waltman. The Jet with it now. Crosses over. Waltman playing up on the near side here. Kicks it down into the corner for Megson. Megson controls it with the foot. He and Rampa going for it. Megson controls it back to Matingu. Now Matingu over to Jertson. The silent assassin tries to get it in to Megson's, headed out of there by Matos, excuse me. Matingu now. Covered by Ferdinand. Waltman now with acres of space. Center line kicks it down in the corner to Megson. Megson and Rampa again battling in the corner. Rampa wins it this time, but Megson sticks with it and wins it back. Rampa gets it now. Now Ferdinand, Megson has it. Off the boards by Hansen. Tried to find Megson, but Lemos, Johnny on the spot with the save. Milwaukee trying to extend their lead. Tacoma looking to tie it. 12:58 to go here in the fourth and final period here from the Accesso ShoWare Center. Beautiful downtown Kent, Washington. Milwaukee with their full-on yellow jerseys tonight.
I'm sure you know this, John, but what color is the playing field at the UW Panther Arena?
At the university,
where they play, where the Milwaukee Wave play.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I think I've seen. Is it neon yellow?
It's all black.
All black.
All black field. So these uniforms really do pop.
Well, they pop here, and I appreciate the large numbers on the back of their jerseys. Very helpful for us on the call. And we'd like to thank everybody around the country, around the world, listening in to us here on MASL TV on YouTube. Thank you for joining us here. 5-4 the score. 12 minutes to go here in the final period. Renault bodied off the ball by Matingu. Matingu from that defensive position, playing up to forward. Now he comes back off the field as Tacoma makes some changes. Jamel Cox now kicks it over to Corey Keats. Keats over to Peterson. Back to Keats at the center circle. Ramon Palmer, Joseph Kyrell, Derek Johnson, Corey Keats, and Troy Peterson on the field for the Stars to go along with Danny Waltman in goal. Kyrell with it now. Dancing around. Goes around to the other edge of the field. Keats plays it all the way across. Johnson collects it off the boards. Plays it back to Peterson. Peterson with some space, but can't bring it down to get a shot off. He's forced to play it over to Kyrell. Kyrell looking for some space. Leaves it off for Johnson. Johnson with a couple step overs. Plays it into Palmer. Palmer gets it away from Lemos. Tacoma with a good stretch of sustained possession right here.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, Milwaukee really didn't seem like they were going to let Tacoma have the ball at any point during this period, but you are absolutely right.
And
They get it
Kyrell
back
gets
again.
it back. Kyrell with the shot. Just wide. Rebound comes right back to him.
I always enjoy the MASL boards during the game.
Absolutely.
I do know that the restarts are legal. The quick restarts. We just haven't seen them a whole lot here.
Yeah, not a
For whatever reason, we just have not seen quick restarts in the games that we've done over the years, and I don't know. It's
just not something that Tacoma really ever did, and,
Yeah,
and
yep.
they've really maybe a new wrinkle in their game this year. Ball goes deep into the corner. Good job by Matingu. And Waltman clears it out. Ruggles with the header, headed back in. And Jertson pulled down by Ruggles, and that's about the fourth foul on Ruggles tonight. And Jertson sets it down, looks for the restart here.
Fouls on play number 16, that's Drew Ruggles.
Now Jertson with the long shot in. Saved by Lemos, out to Lund. Lund sets it back up to the top. Now Matingu with it over to Hansen. Hansen now to Jertson. Plays it all the way over. Matingu forced to kick it back to Waltman. Tacoma trailing 5-4, 9:22 to go here in the game. Milwaukee with a furious comeback here in the second half.
Another MASL board fact check. Crazy Train is not by Black Sabbath. I guess I didn't know that. That's Ozzy.
Another save by Lemos. And we've got an injured player. It looks like it's number 25, Andrew Wiedebach. And he's got a injury that's going to need to be attained to. And that's my bad. I, for some reason, thought that was a Black Sabbath song. I apologize to all the Ozzy Osbourne faithful out there.
Getting a little extra discussion thanks to the injury timeout. A little argument from Milwaukee.
Just an accidental clash of heads there, and it looked like Antoniuk was getting pulled down by Wiedebach, which forced the head to go into his head. So if anybody to blame there, it's probably Wiedebach. But nonetheless, a restart coming up for Milwaukee. Ruggles over to Lemos. Lemos just love that haircut, Brandon. Lemos with a long shot. Waltman corrals it. Although I do have to wonder, does he even know that's what his hair looks like? Did somebody play a prank on him? That is the question. So Lund and Ruggles going at it again, and now Ruggles gets called for just a silly foul on the far sideline.
Lund, yeah, they're still jawing at each other.
And that goes back to a hit from the first quarter where Lund really cleaned the clock there, Ruggles. Now a shot comes in from Matingu, and Matos, he took it in a spot where you don't want to take a shot from a soccer player. And he is hurt. Turn away if you don't want to see this replay, as I looked right at it. That one couldn't feel good, but just not a comfy place to get hit by a soccer ball.
He's up. Looks all right.
Maybe on second glance it didn't get him as bad as I thought it did, because he's up and running around already. So Milwaukee with another restart, though. Liete back to Lemos. Lemos dribbling up. Gets it over to Vega. Vega plays it up to Matos. And the ball's forced all the way back to Lemos. 7:53 remaining in the game. Milwaukee trying to hold on to a 1-goal lead. Tacoma bounced out to an early 3-0 lead. And Milwaukee's erased that and then some. Now Renault scrambling around, passes it back to Liete. Now Renault again. Plays it to Lemos. Lemos with some space. Up to Bennett. And Bennett loses possession and Tacoma comes away with it. That's Robert Palmer back out from the yellow card. Plays it down into the corner. That was Peterson into Lund. Lund trying to get around. Gets the shot off. But Lemos there. And now Bennett on the breakaway. Gets the shot away just wide. Waltman a little flat-footed there on that one, but Bennett unable to find the target. And Milwaukee's going to maintain control of the ball.
Lund heads off the field, but I've been pretty impressed with his physicality. We did not expect that from him. But he's done a pretty good job. He's been getting under the skin of a few players, a few Milwaukee players.
Yeah, I mean, he's not, I'm not going to say he's a slight, but he's on the small side.
He is bigger
and he's held his own.
He's bigger than I expected. I don't know. He didn't look as big before, but.
Oh, and now a breakaway coming up for the Stars. Raphael Cox trying to get around, and a good job by Max Ferdinand to body him off the ball within legalities and take possession of the ball. Now Hans Dennison. Matingu with some pressure. Rampa back to Dennison. And now the Stars trying to force the action a little bit. Ricardinho lays it off for Renault and kicks it back to Dennison. Dennison just playing keep away now. Matingo forced to chase him. And just short passes now by Milwaukee, getting the job done. 5:40 to go in the game. Dennison leads it up and now gives it away. And here come the Stars. A 1-on-4 for Chase Hansen, and he lays it back for Johnson. Johnson passes it over to Antoniuk. Jamel Cox in the game now for the Stars, maintains control at the center circle, gets it over to Corey Keats. Keats pushing it forward, passes it off to Robert Palmer. Palmer down to Megson. Megson passes it in the middle to Jamel Cox, and a good save by Lemos gets the ball away, and a foul's going to be called on Derek Johnson, and another Milwaukee player on the ground with another injury. The crowd not having any of it right now. And we are going to have a timeout on the field. And we'll be right back here for the remainder of the game here on MASL TV. You're watching Tacoma Stars Soccer. And we're back live from downtown Kent, Washington, the Accesso Showwear Center, where the Tacoma Stars find themselves a goal down with 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the ball game here. And off the restart, Joshua Lemos kicks it straight out of bounds.
Yeah, right into the penalty box right off that restart. So
just a horrible mistake.
Yeah, that ball now a free kick coming up for the Stars. They've been dangerous on these plays historically.
Now Matingo sets up. The leave off, the shot's blocked. And
oh, they're going to say I got a piece of Peterson.
yeah, Peterson with the block. They had 4 guys run over it. Let's see. Matingo ran up. Peterson runs over it. Another run over it. Pass. I think they're going to call Peterson with the foul, actually. Peterson ran in to Max Ferdinand, knocked him over. That's going to be the call there. Now Liete coming up. Finds Bennett in the corner. Bennett's been kind of held in check all night tonight. He's got the 1 goal. That's it from a guy who averaged over 2 per game last year.
Yeah, but him and Ferdinand really started set the pace in that third quarter, though.
Sure, absolutely. You always say let the other guys beat you, but unfortunately tonight they have been beating the Stars so far, and the Stars need to get action going. And now a bad giveaway. Bennett leaves it off for Renault. Renault's going to have a shot. He lets it go. It's going to be off the boards. The follow header by Bennett just wide as Tacoma dodges a big bullet there as the giveaway almost gave up a goal. Bennett right there to make the rebound, couldn't get it in the back of the net. Now Kyrell and Palmer with the pressure. Kyrell with the pass, but ends up being a shot. No problem for Lemos. 3:45 remaining in the game. Stars trail by 1. Looking for the equalizer. Milwaukee doing a great job. No goals given up here in the second half. Now some pressure up top by the Stars. And now a great lead out by Matos. These are for Vega, who can't control it, and Waltman with the control and the lead out pass to Antoniuk, who's forced to play it back.
That was a perfect pass, and that's surprising to see him so wide open out there.
And now the pass into the corner. Antoniuk can't control it, and it falls to Ferdinand, who's taken off the ball by Lund. There he is again. Strong play by Philippe Lund. But he hobbles off the field. But a great play by the Danish man. And now the shot by Johnson just high. He had time, he had space. Just couldn't find the target. Johnson with it now, trying to get around Liete. Finds Matingu in the corner, can't control the ball. Taken away by Ferdinand, looking for the break, kicked out by Matingu, but over to Ricardinho, and now Ferdinand on the breakout, 2-on-1. Bennett on the far side. Ferdinand finds Bennett, blocked. Great block by Cox. And now the Stars with some numbers. Keats taken down from behind, no call. Keats.
Oh, and they stop it as Milwaukee delivered it up. Renault was heading downfield. They decided to stop it for the injury to Keats. And Milwaukee not happy at all about that whistle.
Well, that's one of those tough balls that's been called a foul all night. But you're right, they had the break on.
I don't think they called a foul, though.
No, they didn't. No, but they stopped the play.
Yeah,
I'm saying Tacoma with a lucky break.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay. We cleared that up.
Yeah, Tacoma, boy, they dodged a big bullet there. Yeah,
Milwaukee was definitely on the break. Keats was down. A very late whistle to allow for the injury. And now a timeout, I think, going to be taken by Milwaukee.
Yeah, 1:57 to go here in the game. We'll have a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. We'll be right back for the remainder of this game. Tacoma Stars Soccer, you're watching on MASL TV. Well, here we go for the final minute 57 of this game. Tacoma looking for the equalizer. They held the lead through the half, and Milwaukee just came out guns a-blazing here in the second half of the game. Have scored 3 unanswered goals, take a 5-4 lead. That's where we stand. Now restart after the controversial stoppage of play. Milwaukee looked to be on the breakout. Tacoma with Waltman still in the goal, down by 1 with 1:44 to go. Darren Swatsky begging for them to pressure the ball, and nobody really pressuring the ball.
Got Troy.
And now here comes Vega. Vega with an opening. Vega with a shot just off the corner. That should have been 6, and it bounced right off the corner. Tacoma still in this one, 1:15 to go, but they need the ball.
Yeah, they've got Peterson ready to come on as an extra attacker.
And here comes Waltman.
Yep. Finally, they get the ball, and here he comes.
Yeah, bad giveaway there by Lemos. And now Peterson in the game with that beautiful pink jersey on.
Actually, I think that's Jertson, excuse me.
Yeah, that is Jertson. No, that's Peterson, number 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Jertson on the ball now. Peterson over to Palmer. Robert Palmer to Raphael Cox, back to Palmer to Peterson. Peterson finds Jertson, 6-on-5. In the corner to Megson. Megson, the handball not called. Ball not cleared out. Peterson has it. Peterson outside the yellow stripe. Finds Raphael Cox, gets it over to Peterson, who had to chase back to get it. 22 seconds to go. The Stars need to go the other way as Cox forced backwards. Peterson forced towards his own goal, needs to kick it forward, finds Jertson. Now 3-on-2 if they want it. Jertson leaves it off. Palmer, the shot blocked. 5 seconds. Oh! Alex Megson with the goal of the century! Are you kidding me? Alex Megson with the bicycle kick ties this game up with 4.1 seconds to go. Oh my goodness, what a goal by Megson.
Oh, now that is how you do it on opening night. First game. Megson. Oh, goodness gracious.
You'll never see a goal better than that if you pay for it. Alex Megson. And Milwaukee can't believe it. I can't believe it. You can't believe it.
Fantastic goal by Alex Megson as time was running down. 4.1 seconds left. Waltman back out there now.
And just the sweet, slick, the backspin maneuver as time runs out on regulation. And Tacoma, can you believe it, tie this game up with 4 seconds to go in the ball game. And we're gonna head to overtime, Brandon. I can't believe it. Tell me your thoughts about that one.
I loved it. That was incredible. If that happens for either team, you celebrate. That was an incredible goal. Alex Megson luckily ties it up for the Stars. It was for us. And goodness gracious, that was just an incredible goal. And tie game going to overtime for this nice crowd here at the ShoWare Center.
Now, last couple of years, we've been treated with some game-winning goals late in the game. Mike Ramos, who's no longer with the team, playing professionally in Puerto Rico right now, with a couple of those, but nothing as exciting as a bicycle kick out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you can't, I mean, that ball was put on a tee for him for that bicycle kick too. It was perfect. And you could just watch it develop. It was just incredible. We'll take a short break and come back for overtime here. Tacoma Stars and Milwaukee Wave going to OT. We're back in just a moment. Overtime here at the ShoWare Center after Alex Megson buried the bicycle kick with 4 seconds remaining. An absolute golazo. An incredible goal, and now we play extra time, 10 minutes on the clock. And Milwaukee will start off with it. And just a fabulous ending. Well, not the ending, the end of regulation here at the ShoWare Center on opening night. Got this crowd going crazy. But now, somebody's got to win. So Milwaukee will have it first, holding possession. Plays it back to Ruggles. Down into the corner. Leite with the shot. And Waltman falls on it. Renault is right there, but Waltman pounced on it. So now Tacoma will have their first opportunity. Throws it far up to Palmer. Palmer turns, has some room, takes the shot. Oh, just barely missed. Palmer again, the other Palmer. Now Kyrell across the goal mouth. Hansen will keep possession.
And if you're Tacoma, you need to take advantage of the fact that you basically bailed yourself out with less than 5 seconds to go in this game. And you need to step on the head of these guys from Milwaukee who are probably feeling a little down right now after giving up that late goal.
Yeah, it took 29 minutes and 56 seconds in the second half to finally produce a goal. But it was a big one, and we are tied, and now Tacoma with possession. Hansen near midfield. And now Lund and Ruggles, they've been bumping off the ball.
This is round 10.
Yeah. Dumped in there for Antoniuk. Antoniuk comes up with it. Stops, man goes down. Antoniuk, who often with his back to the goal is pure magic. He had a couple goals early last season that were just incredible on balls where he had his back to the play, or to the goal, excuse me. Turned over, but kept in actually. Kyrell to Lund. Oh, and Ruggles takes him down. Those two have been doing battle so hard. Lund is still down. Can't see him. Oh, there he is. Pops up.
Boy, and so they called Jamel Cox for a boarding call in the first half from 10 feet away from the boards. And Philip Lund gets boarded and doesn't get a blue card. So what do you say?
Into the middle. Oh, Antoniuk had an opportunity there. Into the air. Kyrell pulls it down. Over to Lund. Now back to Kyrell. Kyrell with Bennett out on him. We'll stop and take a look. Change is made for the Stars. It's Peterson now, fresh off his extra attacker appearance. Down to Antoniuk. Plays it for Matingu in Milwaukee, trying to actually get some possession here in overtime. To Reynaud. Reynaud, he's got Bennett on the far side, but he's going to back it up. Plays it back to Ruggles. Ruggles now without his shadow Lund out there. Lemos into the middle to Ruggles. Plays it back. 6:47 here in the overtime period. Far side, sends it into the box. Megson is there to break it up. Play it up to Jertson. Jertson plays it across. Palmer takes a look, stops. Broken up by Renault. Megson ends up kicking it up into the net. And so Lemos will have a restart.
Yeah, Hounds Dennison there with some great defense on Robert Palmer, excuse me. Palmer put a couple good moves on him. Dennison stayed home and was able to block that one out. And Milwaukee will get the ball back here.
Is 9:34. Congratulations and thanks for playing.
Now down into the corner. He'll play it back. Leite takes a look. Play it back to Lemos. Matos, one of the goal scorers earlier in the game. Play back to Lemos now. Over to Ruggles. These two teams kind of with long stretches of possession here in the overtime period. 5:38 remaining. 5-5. The ball ate him up for a moment there, but he cleared it. Got it down into the corner. Back to midfield to Ruggles. Leite down near corner. Man goes down. Palmer comes out with it. Plays it across. Threads the needle to Cox. Cox across. He had Johnson running on the far side, but just couldn't get it through. Now that ball, Palmer looks up. Nobody in front of him. Over to Johnson. Oh, actually to Hansen, and now knocked out of there. Ruggles on the run on the far side. And Palmer will have it. Plays it back to Waltman. What did Milwaukee want down here? What was the decision? There's a yellow card going to be issued to Tacoma, I think.
Yellow card's going to go against Chase Hansen. He's the man running to the sideline. Maybe a bench warning. I think Tacoma wanted a foul called, or Lemos did something. I don't know what he did, but Palmer and Hansen not happy at all.
4:42 remaining. pressure, but Keats breaks it. Far side, shot high, off the glass. Kyrell, ooh, yep, he's going to get called. I thought it did get him under the arm. Fans don't like it, but that's the correct call.
Just the right amount of topspin to get the ball away from his chest, and it just kind of, he tried to angle his body over, but couldn't get there in time. Right call by the ref zone.
Matos in your midfield. Had Kyrell on him, so he plays it back. Now to Ruggles. We'll play it back again. Now Lemos in your midfield. Oh, shot missed.
Man.
Up into the air. And pulled back down. 3:49 remaining in the overtime period. 5-5. Oh, dangerous position just high of Waltman. Plays it back to Ruggles. Now Liete has to go broken up. Kyrell. Oh, and just nothing on that. Oh, Antonia comes up with it. He was frustrated for a moment there. Oh, that ball off of Ruggles' arm. Now a turnover, Palmer. Oh, and they're going to get Keats for the foul. So Keats picks up the foul on Ian Bennett. I think he's not disagreeing with it. Oh yeah, that's
Yep, that's
there
a
you go.
foul.
At full speed, it didn't look quite as heavy of a body, but that's definitely a foul. Lemos will send it deep into the corner. Lund breaks that up. And that ball rolls over the edge and into the stands. The low lack of glass hurts the Wave there.
Again.
Peterson quickly up. Megson and Ruggles doing battle. Ruggles wins it. Sends it to Bennett. Bennett. And the defense finally catches up. Taken away by Palmer, but Bennett gets it back once more in the middle. Waltman will come over and grab that. Renault was right there for a moment, but nothing doing. Now Jertson will send it deep up to Palmer. Lemos comes out, heads it away. Oh, now that ball slid on by Cox. Almost.
That was dangerously
Yeah, into a dangerous
close.
position. Renault the shot. Waltman with the save. Sends it quickly up.
I swear his arms can grow like 6 extra inches.
Palmer along the boards. Yes, I agree. He goes down to the ground. He gets those extendo arms. Renault will play it back. Over to Ferdinand now. Ferdinand, nifty move. Gets some space. A little step, shot, goal. Milwaukee takes it. Max Ferdinand, a nifty move. Found himself some space and put it underneath Danny Waltman to win the game. And that is a heartbreaker for the Tacoma Stars as they drop the game 6-5 in overtime. And that was just a fantastic shot.
Hey,
nothing you can do.
If you're going to lose a game, you better lose on a goal like that, because that was impressive. 3 step-overs, through 2 guys underneath the legs of 2 others. Just an unstoppable goal by Max Ferdinand. And Milwaukee is going to leave here with a victory.
That quiet here at ShoWare Center, but I think both teams deserve a big round of applause for that fantastic game, that ending. Alex Megson tied it up with moments, 4 seconds left, and then Max Ferdinand, just a gorgeous play with the game winner. So Milwaukee moves to 1-0. Tacoma to 0-1. We'll be back on November 17th here at the ShoWare Center. Get your tickets. Visit www.takomastars.com. For everybody here at the Tacoma Stars, we thank you for watching. We all love you on the MASL boards. Thanks for being kind. And my name is Brandon Sparks. John, thank you.
Yep, as always, Brandon.
All right, and good night. We will see you next time.